You're welcome back. We are going to be considering the various methods we can use to solving quadratic equation. And one of the first method we are considering is factorization method. Factorization method. Now, factorization method. So how do we use factorization method to solve quadratic equation? So let's have a question, example 1. Let's have 3x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now, the presence of this square here makes it a quadratic equation. Now, without this square, it is just an algebraic equation. So now, the first thing from the word factorization, it means that we are going to look for common factors between 3x squared and 6x. The common factor here is 3x. 3x is the common factor. So we have x plus 2. X plus 2. So if we open up this bracket, we will have 3x times x. That is 3x squared. 3x times 2, that is 6x, is equal to 0. Now, anytime you have an expression like this, 3x times x plus 2 is equal to 0. So, anytime you have two numbers, let's say a times b multiply b rather equals 0. Anytime you have something like this, it is either that a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0 or a and b is equal to 0. What am I trying to say? Anytime you have two different numbers multiplying each other and giving 0, it is either that one of the number is equal to 0, either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0, or both numbers are equal to 0. So you can, if you want to have a product of two numbers equal to 0, it means one of the numbers is 0. Now, which means that 3x is either 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. From here now, from the first expression, x is equal to 0. That is, if you divide both sides by 3, that is, if you divide both sides by 3, so x gives 0. From here, from the second expression, or x is equal to, if we take the plus 2 here, over here, 0 minus 2. So x becomes minus 2. So therefore, x is equal to 0 or minus 2. So these are the two values you are going to be getting under this particular question. Now let us consider another question. Let's consider another question, example 2. Let's consider another question. Let's have example 2. Let's have x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation where we have our a here, we have our b. Our a here is 1, that is, our a will be the coefficient of x squared. Now, what do I mean by coefficient? Coefficient is that integer that is multiplying the algebraic expression in the equation. So now, our a is 1, our b is 5, and our c, which is our constant, is 6. Now, how do we use factorization method to solve this kind of question? Now, you will look at the constant. The constant here is plus 6. The constant is plus 6. That is the number, the number or the expression or the term in the equation that does not have x. Now, you will look for two products of 6. That is two factors of 6. That when you multiply it together, you are going to get 6. And when you add it together, you will get plus 5. That is our b. You will get plus 5. So what will be the number b? Now, if you look at it, it's 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is what? 6. And 2 plus 3 is 5. So now, in place of this plus 5 now, we are going to put x here and x here. That is, we are going to put 2x and 3x to replace this 5. I will tell you why we are doing that. Now, which will now have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. You now discover that this expression has been expanded. Now, 2x plus 3x is going to give us 5x. So the reason why we are expanding this quadratic equation is for us to be able to group it 2. So we now group them. Now, grouping them now, we'll be able to take out the common factor. The common factor here between x squared and 2x is x. We have x. Now plus 2. Now plus the common factor here is 3. That is 3 will go in 3x and 3 remain x. Then 3 will go in 6, remain 2. Now, at the end of the day, you must have the same number under the bracket sign here. That is x plus 2, x plus 2. Then we'll pick one of the numbers. That is, we pick only one of x plus 2. Now, we now join this x plus 3. X plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, so it's either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. So we have it's either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0. So from this expression now, x will now be equal to negative 2 or x will be equal to negative 3. So these are the two values of x in this particular equation. Thank you. In our next video, we are going to be using a different method to solve quadratic equation. Thank you.